What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode where we're going to talk about a bug in a very popular WordPress plugin called PHP Everywhere. This is a very serious bug that allows any level of authenticated user, even subscribers and customers, to take complete control of a WordPress website. In case you already know the story, I've broken the episode up into two parts. So if you are indeed familiar with the story, you're welcome to now skip right to my insights at the end of the episode in the timeline. For the rest of you, let's go through the story and see what we can learn to protect ourselves and others.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
Tens of thousands of WordPress sites, over 30,000 counted so far, are at risk from three critical vulnerabilities in the widely used PHP Everywhere plugin that facilitates the use of PHP code on a site. One of the bugs allows any authenticated user of any level, even subscribers and customers, to execute code that can completely take a site over that has the plugin installed. These vulnerabilities are very easy to exploit and can be used to quickly and completely take over a site, WordFence Ram Goal wrote in a post. WordFence provides security for WordPress websites. The three vulnerabilities were due to default settings in the plugin that have since been fixed by the plugin's developer after WordFence notified him via a responsible disclosure process. The most dangerous of the flaws, remote code execution by subscriber plus users via shortcode and tracked as CVE 2022-24663, is associated with the plugin's inclusion of functionality that allows the execution of PHP code snippets via WordPress shortcodes. The bug earned a critical rating of 9.9 on the CVSS score table. The other two bugs are tracked as CVE 2022-24664 and CVE 2022-24665, respectively. Both of them earned the same CVSS score as the shortcode vulnerability, meaning 9.9, but they were deemed slightly less severe by researchers because they require contributor-level permissions to exploit. The former, remote code execution by contributor users via MetaBox, has to do with a default setting in PHP Everywhere that allowed all users with the edit posts capability to use the PHP Everywhere MetaBox. The third vulnerability, remote code execution by contributor plus users via Gutenberg block, is associated with a default setting in PHP Everywhere that allowed all users with edit posts capability to use the PHP Everywhere Gutenberg block. While it was possible to set this to admin only, this was not set by default due to versions that are less than 2.0.3 not being able to add capability checks without disabling the Gutenberg block editor. This setting meant that contributor-level users could execute arbitrary PHP code on a site by creating a post, adding PHP Everywhere block, and adding code to it, and then previewing the post. WordPress plugins are a constant pain point for developers of sites built using the open source content management and website creation system, often including vulnerabilities that threaten the security of WordPress sites. Last month, researchers discovered three WordPress plugins with the same vulnerability that could allow an attacker with site administrative action to update arbitrary site options on a vulnerable site and completely take it over. Last October, a WordPress plugin called Hash Themes Demo Importer allowed subscribers to wipe sites completely clean of their content. For its part, WordFence has offered mitigations of its own to users affected by PHP Everywhere flaws. The company offered its premium users a firewall rule protecting against the PHP Everywhere vulnerabilities the same day researchers notified the plugin's developer. It later extended the firewall to other customers as well as users of the free version of WordFence. So what can we learn? The fact of the matter is, we rely on plugins. For some systems, they're called plugins, some call them modules, some extensions, some maybe snap-in. Whatever you call it, it serves the same purpose. These additions are used to enhance functionality of an existing system. We want to bend a system to our will, or maybe just, our requirements right then. There are numerous CMS systems, and many of them also have a module like this that allows a website admin or editor to add PHP code directly in the content, which later gets evaluated as the web page, where it lives, is built for the user to see. It's nice, it's convenient, but extremely dangerous, as you can clearly see from this article. Using functionality like this opens up massive holes in your system if it's not implemented correctly. You want to use these plugins because they let you achieve your goal without, say, breaking your marketing or your development bank account. The issue is, who is monitoring and verifying that the work done to implement these helpful features into these plugins, who is monitoring it to make sure it is secure? That's just one of the issues I actually have with the WordPress system. I don't see the WordPress organization taking the reins in terms of monitoring or doing security checks for plugins that you can use in their developed CMS. Other organizations like Drupal or even Tipo3 have a much better handle on being a gatekeeper of the system's security. If you're building projects, you have to look at the requirements of the project itself in terms of usage, lifespan, and I would say, most importantly, security of the system in the long run. If after answering those questions you could still say use WordPress, then go for it. But keep in mind that until the WordPress organization takes more responsibility for plugins built for its platform and hosted in its own plugin repo, you're going to continuously hear about these issues and potentially put your customers and their personally identifiable information at risk. Now, if you look at the FTC's recent moves to hold companies responsible for securing products they provide their clients in terms of security, the decision you make on what you use to build your solution can open you up to some pretty big liability if you get hacked. So, make sure when you're building a new project that you review exactly what the requirements are, what information is going to be stored there, what exists in the system already to be able to create what you need to do, and how you're going to need to bend it to your will or your requirements before you make the decision on what solution to use. With that, I say thanks again for watching this episode. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Don't forget to ride!